How's it going, everybody? I'm Bloody Hellkit, and today I have for you the Will You Press the Button game, or dilemma, whatever you want to call it. I'm sure most of you have seen at least one other YouTuber play this, and it's nothing new, but I wanted something chill to record and upload for you guys. So, yeah, that's my reasoning for picking out this, and I'm sorry for no face cam. I'm a little under the weather and it visibly shows, and so I don't want you guys to have to see that. Um, so hopefully just me talking through these dilemmas will be enough. I may try to insert a quick little video at the end. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So you can travel through time anywhere you want, but wherever you go, everyone thinks you're a huge douchebag and wants to kill you. Um, well, that just sounds unfortunate. Uh, I'm pretty sure there would be time frames, time periods, alternate universes, whatever you're traveling to, where people are not going to like you. They're going to freak out because you don't belong, and they might want to get rid of you. They might want to kill you. So to me, this seems a little bit logical, but at the same time, the fact that this would be happening every single time you went anywhere doesn't seem very fun to me, so I'd honestly have to say that I'm not going to press the button in this case. Time travel would be time travel would be amazing, but not worth that kind of trouble. So I'm not going to press the button. 59% agree with me. All right. Okay. Live your life as your favorite video game character, but played by someone who's terrible at the game. So me. I am not somebody I'd consider great at gaming. A lot of games take me a lot longer to get through than most others because I'm not the greatest at it. I do it for fun, I do it to get rid of stress. I'm not trying to come across as the greatest gamer ever because I know that's far from the truth. And sometimes just purposely, I don't know, dying in a video game is a way to get me to laugh. And at times I feel like being able to laugh makes everything a heck of a lot better. So it doesn't bother me that I'm terrible at gaming. So in that case, having to be the character that somebody who has my gaming abilities, I don't know. I don't know if it would bother me because that just brings up the question of, do the video game characters we're playing as, are they aware that they're video game characters? Are they aware that they're being controlled? That they're being made to do this and that? What would have happened if they're not playable characters? It's an interesting question, but it's hard to be, uh, it's difficult for me to give an answer that I'd be okay with. Um, Personally, if video game characters are essentially like us in our reality, where we're aware of things, I don't know how I'd feel about constantly falling off a ledge because somebody is incapable of making this jump or things like that. Having to fight the same boss over and over and over. I think I'd get tired of it after a while. So I kind of agree with the best comment for this dilemma. I'd rather be an NPC, so I'm not going to press the button. 67% of people seem to kind of agree with that, so I'm okay with it. um, you will get as much money as you want, but Is that the pound symbol? I don't know. For every 1,000 you get, one random person on Earth dies. As it is, people die every day, and essentially, to you individually, a lot of these deaths are random people that you don't know. But I don't want to be the person that causes more people to die on top of just, I feel horrible saying this, the regular amount that do die on a daily basis. I don't want to add to that. So, because money to me isn't worth it. You can't friggin' take it with you when you die anyway. Eventually, when you take care of all the things that you want to do for yourself, I think in this scenario, you'd have a butt ton of it left over, and what are you going to do with it then? I don't know, money's not the answer to everything, I guess is what I'm getting at. So, to me, it's not worth it. I'm not going to press the button. I mean, the best comment in this dilemma was, sure, people die anyway, but does that make it worth it? Do other people's lives really matter that little? I don't know. I'm not going to press it. And 44% agree with me, 56 did press the button. And I mean, the 56% kind of are a reflection of we as human beings and societies as a whole. We have a long way to go before we can ever say that we're not selfish creatures. So, yeah. You'll get free Steam games, but Episode 3 never exists. So, like a good portion of games out there. I mean, after a while, that'd get pretty annoying, but being able to get free games is enticing. I mean, a lot of the games on Steam aren't exactly cheap, but then again, not a lot of games, period, are. But a lot of the ones that I play aren't really in episode format, so if they were converted to that, and to never be able to finish the game would just be aggravating, or having a missing chapter in the game would be incredibly aggravating, so I don't want to press the button. I want to be able to finish the games that, I'm downloading or paying money for. So yeah, 65% did press it, and that's okay too. While I'm part of the 35 that didn't, which is fine. Whatever floats your boat, I guess. You can get 15 things you've always wanted for free, but every time you get something, the previous item you have disappears. So essentially, you're only going to wind up with one thing, and you'll only have the other 14 things briefly. So, unless you space the time out between getting each thing or save what you really want until the very end, I don't see what the point of this would be. But trying to think of 15 things that I've always wanted is a little difficult because there's many years from my early childhood that I can't exactly tell you what I wanted. I don't recall it. If this means that I can get my student loan debt forgiven, then by all frickin' means, I will go ahead and press the button and just make sure that the other 14 things aren't super detrimental. Or, I don't know. Things like this are always hard because it's like you want to keep those other 14 things, but you also want to make sure that you have the last thing for sure. I don't know. I guess in this case, I will go ahead and press the button just because I am not 100% sure which way I'd actually go. 65% agree, 35% did not. Maybe they were experiencing the same issues I am, and that's okay too, but okay. I have time for two more. So you never get caught for anything bad you do, but you can no longer read or write. Personally, I can't say that doing a lot of bad things are on my to-do list constantly. They're not even on my to-do list at all. But it happens. We all make mistakes. You know, sometimes mistakes are considered bad things. We're talking about things like cheating on a test. I think as a student in a graduate program, I'm kind of past that. So it's irrelevant. Um, but I don't know. I don't want to lose the ability to read or write. Reading is another distressor activity for me. I love reading. I'd hate to not be able to read again because let me tell you, having to listen to audiobooks, I just get lost. And after a certain point, I stop listening. So it essentially isn't the same thing as reading a book. I enjoy physically reading the book more than I do listening to an audiobook. And to never be able to write again, that'd be tough. A lot of my artwork actually has a lot to do with words and writing. Typing a word still counts. So I think my artwork would be in a lot of trouble if I couldn't write again, so I'm not going to press the button. I'm not the type of individual that wants to get away with a butt ton of bad habits or bad actions. I personally strive to be a decent person, and I enjoy helping other people, so essentially when I do something wrong or make a mistake, I feel really, really awful about it. And yeah, so that's being able to get away with that kind of stuff and not get caught. It doesn't seem worth losing the ability to read or write. I would rather read or write. And 65% agree with me. So, last one for this video. Okay, so you have the ability to cure cancer through touch, but you will die of cancer. So essentially, you're sacrificing yourself for the greater good. In order for this to work, the cancer can't kill you right away, necessarily, because then you won't have time to be able to cure cancer overall. I'm assuming that you can't use your own curing touch to save yourself. But to be able to cure it, that would be amazing, I think. I'd be willing to sacrifice myself in order to be able to cure cancer. Since I was young, I've always wanted to be useful. I know a lot of people that if there had been a cure for cancer available to them at any point their situation, there'd be so many others who would be grateful to still have them in their lives, myself included. So I definitely would be willing to die of cancer in order to save so many others. So definitely pressing the button. 64% agreed. Okay. Yeah, see, I told you guys I do not look the greatest right now at all. I hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, consider giving it a thumbs up. I appreciate any and all support, and liking videos will help the channel out a lot. If you aren't subscribed, the button for subscribing should be red. But if you like the content I'm producing and the projected content that I'm working on uploading that I have mentioned in, I think, my previous video, possibly my previous 3 videos, you'll have to check them out to find out. Please consider subscribing to the channel. Like I said, I appreciate any and all support. I love my small little community, and I'd love for you to join the fam and, yeah, get to know you as my viewer much better.
I hope that you all have a fabulous remainder of your day. I will see you guys hopefully next week in the next video. Bye, guys. Love you.